What's up, yo? These are always handy. You literally can't have enough of these. What's up, yo? Hey, 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 everybody popping on. So, we got to get some slack out of this chain. It's causing me problems. Look how much problem there is here. So, we're going to remove a link and see if that helps. If you own a chain drive bike and you don't have one of these, get one. They're really, really handy. All right. So, what got me in this situation? Well, what got me here, I know it's been a little bit. I've been going through a lot of personal stuff and keep my drama to myself. Ain't no sense in dragging y'all to the ground over stuff I can't control my way. Because we here to have fun. But what got me in this situation is I threw the chain on the bike and I didn't adjust the wheel all the way forward, and I should have. So we have to remove a link, which means, see this one? You've got to go to this one. You see that? You can't pop this pin, you got to pop this pin. Popping this one don't do you no good. This is a pretty cool tool to have. You can actually mount it to something, but I've never really seen the need. And so you hold one side, crank on the other. All it does is push that pin out. That way you ain't got to cut it out. I have cut chains before. I really don't like doing that though. Because you risk damaging things that don't need to be damaged. You know what I mean? It's in the background. I've kind of run out of money for that right now. It's coming good though. I got the tank on, off camera. I put a chain on it. Yeah, I'll show you that in just a second. Got the seat finished. This one here has been causing me a lot of problems. And truth be told, this is the bike I need to run. I need it to run more than I need any of the others because I use it the most. That's just cheap. Oh, it is almost there. Yeah, we don't have to slide her up. Let me get up for a second. That's where all the slack was. Golly, it is almost there. Wow. There we go. Okay. So, how many folks we got on? See if I can give you a closer look as to what's happening here. So, see, doing this in the middle, you get a little more slack to best with. These are real simple to do on small bikes, like 250s. I'd say about 250 to about 400s. These are fine. You don't have that much power. You're not really working with that much power. Bigger bikes, I would highly. Bigger bikes, like performance type stuff, I'd do with chain that's riveted. I've never had a problem with those chain links though. Never had one break. Maybe other people have had a bad experience, who knows? But these are the bomb. They're cheap and useful. Especially if you do your own mechanic work. Okay, so be right back. This is another tool good to have. right here is a chain alignment tool. You attach it to the sprocket itself, and real simple to use. Truthfully, I've never actually used it on this bike. You don't want to attach it to the chain, you want it on the sprocket. Reason being is that this rod is going to show you how far out of alignment you are. And if it's attached to the chain, well, it's always going to be in line with the chain. If you attach it to the sprocket, you'll see where your wheel's pointed. So let me change positions, and boom, voila. I don't know if I can actually see all y'all's comments too. Messages. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So pretty much how we're going to do this, you got a screw here. I don't think you can see it. You can see it. You got a screw here. This is your adjustment. It pulls the tire back and also adjusts the tire like this. Then you got, of course, this screw, which real simple, tighten and loosen the wheel. I don't really have a problem tapping on the end of that screw. I never actually take these nuts completely off. No way. So let me get this off and finish this job. That's pretty much in line already. Cool. There's a gauge too that shows you the chain flop. I've never used that tool though. I don't even own one. Don't really find it to be necessary. You can also measure from the center of bolt to the pivot point of the swing arm. I don't do that either. See how it jiggles, but it still kind of buzzes. Good enough for me. You want it to jiggle buzz. Now, I'm gonna tighten that. Snug those down. Don't want them buzzing off. Never had these bolts fall off before, so. I'm going to adjust the brake. call that a win. Now we're going to put this on. And that's it. All right, cool cats. Let's go on a test rod. Well, I haven't died yet, so it must be working. try again. Those asking about the chopper. Boom. Kind of same where it was last time. Finally found a pipe that I can use. My friend Justin came through for me. So we gotta modify that. We gotta make a plate to go here. We gotta make some sort of ring to attach the pipe to the, a lot of work's gotta be done. Gotta do some fab work to get this right. I'm not gonna ride with a pipe sticking up my butt. Sorry. Not gonna happen. So, give me a second, let me put you back. Okay, so this is the issue. So this is the problem. Touch it up. So something's going on with this thread. I'm gonna have to take this off and see. I have to bust that loose. So this is how you adjust your rear brakes. As you move the tire back and forth, you adjust this to get your pedal. Let's see how much pedal travel I have. That's no bueno. No good. But I can't go up any farther. I'm not sure why. May have to get a little creative. That's how it is with old bikes. Oh, I see why. It's about to snap. That would be the knowest of buenos. Hello, John McCormick, 1375 from England, from Great Britain. The greatest of Britons. Okay, so in my machine shop days, what I would do is run a tap through that and all would be fixed. But I don't think I have. I'd run a die nut over the top of this. Yeah, that's about to snap off. See, here's where it needs to be. But we're going to try something. We're going to pull this off. Oh, that's aggravating. Of course. Get an 11 millimeter, just hold it in place. No, I'm gonna need another 10 millimeter. Let me see if I can make this work. As I'm comfortable tonight, Jones wants to get up. Hey, old timer. Hope you get to feeling better. Mom said you were a little under the weather. You're under the weather. You know, it'd be easier than this. A ratchet. You know what I'm not going to use? A ratchet. Why? Because I'm Batman. I'll tell you why, though. I'll tell you why I love using these. When I go anywhere on the bike, I have a set of these with me. Or at least I do my best to. And I'm not a professional, so pretty much time's not an issue. I don't really have time-sensitive projects. So, what I do is I practice with the tools that I carry. Because on the side of the road, this is what I'm working with. If you've ever done mechanic work on the side of the road, you know it sucks. And it's all the more difficult. Yeah, look at all that. That's trash. It's all the more difficult. So, mainly because you don't have access to the tools that you're used to. Okay, so what we're going to do, okay, I am going to put this as far back as I possibly can without it falling off the thing. So I'm going to do our adjustment. That's where it stops. Just back off a little bit. Be right about there. Yep, I'm going to go 1, 2 forward. This rod here really needs to be replaced. Yeah, that was a bad signal. I shouldn't have done that. Yeah. That's pretty messed up. Man, love you, old timer. I hope you get to feeling better. Hope that medicine helps. Yeah, I'll give you a holler. Just need one good little tap. I think I'm really hit this thing. Yeah, that's gonna work. I could get one good whack on it. That's going to be a butthole to get out. Okay. All right. Y'all ready for another test run? Let's do it. And then the next project will be the headlights. All right, so I'm gonna take a rest for a minute. Sitting on the ground like that hurts. Oh, to the back problems. But anyway, so basically what we did was we took a link out of the chain because I ran out of adjustment. And that's because the chain was too long to begin with. And what ended up happening as I was running, because the chain gotten too loose and needed to be adjusted, started slipping on the sprocket, and you don't want that. That's a good way to tear a sprocket up. So we knocked the link out. The chain isn't too stretched, it's fine. We knocked the link out, and then we had to adjust the brakes. Well, in adjusting the brakes, I realized that there's a section on the threads that was bad. I don't know if the nut galled into the threads or what happened. Don't really care. I'm hoping that was the case, the nut galled into the threads instead of the threads galling into the nut. But so what I did is I backed the nut all the way off. We took the brake lever off of the drum. We tilted it back a couple of teeth, put it back on, and then screwed the nut back up, and we're good to go. The brakes in the rear, they're not really responsible for that much of the stopping power. Your critical stopping power is always in the front. So if you're one of those goobers that only rides with back brakes, well, I think you're a goober. But you're a good goober. You're on two wheels, so. So the next thing I have to do is I have to get the headlights working right. One headlight, I got two headlights on this bike. One headlight, for whatever reason, the plug won't stay on, and it keeps blowing bulbs. No bueno. And what I'm thinking is going on, I've got LED bulbs in it now. What I'm thinking is going on is the plug works its way off and starts arcing, and so the bulb starts flickering. I don't know, I'm just guessing. I don't really like LED bulbs, to be honest. They don't give you as much distance. They give you a lot of brightness, but not as much distance as traditional halogens. But the trade-off for me is I have two, and they don't draw as much current. That's the big trade-off for me. And with these small bikes, anything you can take off of the electrical load is good. What am I doing? I am fixing to sign off. I was working on a bike. But anything you could do to take the load off of the electrical circuit is going to benefit you. It's not going to have as much draw on the battery. And in my case, this bike has become very cold-natured. I think I got to go in that carburetor one more time and try to sort that out. I'm thinking the main jet might be a shade small. The main jet and the pilot jet might be a little small. Oh, the chain feels good. It feels really good. It's perfect, right where I want it. So what I should have done to begin with, when I put that chain on, was run the tire all the way back to the back, and then measure the chain and cut it to length. Yeah, but instead I ended up, the way I did it, ended up cutting it one link too long, and it still worked. I put 1,000 miles on it, so I'll take that. But I ran out of adjustment, and so I did what I originally did to begin with. So I just did what I should have done to begin with. So I'm going to take a break and doom scroll for a minute. Let my back rest from sitting on the ground. This weather coming in has kind of made everything on me kind of sore. And I don't want to play around with my back. That has caused me a lot of problems. I like being able to work for a living, and I don't want to quit. So, man, just stay tuned. If you like what you see, if you enjoy watching my stuff, hit that little bell so you can be alerted when I'm doing lives. I don't have a set time for doing lives. My lifestyle just won't allow that. You know, hey, I do have to work for a living.
We're doing a new thing with the channel though. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys this just in case you know, you don't get to catch my next lives. We're going in a new direction with Motorcycle Madness. We're still doing motorcycles, we're still doing madness, and we're going to get into prepping. I had a company's going to send me their product, and we're going to see if we can survive using this device. And it is the Prepper Disc. They said they're going to send it out to me today. So when that sucker comes in, expect some long form videos of us trying to use the Prepper Discs to learn from it, to learn survival. I'm not a survivalist. I'm probably a lot like you guys. I like to camp. But as far as prepping and survival stuff, well, I don't know. I don't know how well I would do, but we're going to find out. And I think it's going to get a unique perspective on the whole prepping world, because most people are like me, you know. I'm not going to prep for doomsday, but man, natural disasters happen. Life happens, and I think it's wise to be prepared for it. So we're going to take the Prepper Disc and learn how to extract as much value out of it as we possibly can. And I think that's going to make some really cool video series. We're going to do video demos like with this knife I just got. We're going to see what we can do with this, how to extract as much value out of your equipment. Because the more value you can have with your equipment, the less equipment you got to bring, the less equipment you got to have. So, yeah, Oliver, you're right. We're probably going to die. But, hey. So we'll be doing things like everyday carry items. We'll be trying out everyday carry items. We'll be trying out prepper items. We'll be trying out prepper methods, learning how to do fires. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Sleeping in the woods, building forts in the woods, fishing, hunting, fixing bikes, adventuring on said fixed bikes, breaking down, fixing a lot of fixing stuff. But anyway, I am going to breast, and because I'm in pain. So let me sign off. I love you guys. Y'all are amazing. Survivability, let's thrive. Love you guys.